support as well. Just talking to many people and many commuters who use PTSC, and of course they will have their complaints about the length of time they have to wait for a bus, the schedules that the buses run on, etc., etc. And we are in fact changing them. On Sunday we had the arrival of the first CNG buses ever into this country. We had 35 brand new buses out of China, which means that the fleet of PTSC will gradually change over from diesel to CNG, which of course is going to be a major cost saving for PTSC, and of course it will greatly improve the carbon footprint of Trinidad and Tobago by if we can run maybe 80 to 90% of the fleet with CNG. So that's, basically every day we work and we get it better, and we're putting in new systems into PTSC, new management systems, up-to-date inventory control systems, that will really and truly make it that much more efficient. It will reduce costs. PTSC still has a fairly high operating cost that we need to reduce, and we will reduce that by making it more efficient.
Now, there are a number of issues that were raised about the conditions here at the garage, namely lack of equipment, the general atmosphere of the garage, stuff like that, and also the buses that the workers have to work on that are not operating. What is your mention?
We have an aged fleet. The average age, I think, is somewhere around 12 years, somewhere around there. We have an aged fleet. We have a fleet that is mismatched. Okay. Over the years, successive administrations have bought different types of buses, etc. We have 24 different makes and models of buses, which creates a problem for us in keeping inventory and technical support. We have a bus rationalization committee that is about to submit its final report, where we will actually narrow that down. The type of buses that we're using and the makes of buses, we will narrow that down to maybe one or two, which will greatly, over a period of time, will greatly increase the efficiency. The physical infrastructure at PTSC, the garage conditions, yes, there's some areas that we need to do work immediately on, which is what we're doing right now. We had the issue of asbestos in Port of Spain. Mr. Ford guarantees me that there is no asbestos at all anywhere in PTSC, in any of the locations. So these are things as it comes up, we're dealing with it. I am very, very aware of some of the human resource issues that we have, and we're working to deal with all of that. So the meetings that we have include board, management, and the union's representative. So it's a consolidated effort in fixing everything. We listen to everybody to make sure that we get it right, and it is happening. We are seeing a much improved runout. Runout is the term used for how many buses are actually on the routes on any one given day, and we have seen a marked increase in the runout. There's still some waiting times. Yesterday I was on the ramp in Port of Spain yesterday evening, and we still had people waiting for 2 hours. Now that can't be. We cannot be running a public transit system where the waiting time is 2 hours. You could practically fly from here to Panama in 2 hours. So that's totally unacceptable, and we recognize that, and we will do whatever we have to do. I have the full support of the board, full support of the management team, full support of the employees and staffing and workers at PTSC to make sure that that in the shortest space of time we have a very efficient public transport system.
Is this tour part of what the union have been doing for the past month or so?
My tour, the tour, what I do, I want to go and see firsthand what the issues are. Because when the more people you talk to, the more insight you get. There are people who are working with PTSC for decades. These people have a history. They know what has gone on. They know what worked, what didn't work. And it's good. It's good to converse with people, to hear what people's views are. In fact, some of the very easy fixes in PTSC come from people working on the floor, who are dealing with this thing every single day. And they will just tell you, move it by a foot, and you'll see how much better we could do it. So it's about that communication. And I'm getting the board and the management understand how good and close communication with everybody, that is going to be the fix for PTSC. I could go and buy 500 buses in the morning, and if I don't have the support structure in place, it will all be to naught. So we're fixing every area in PTSC, and hence the reason for me coming out into the field to understand better what the issues are.
How soon will these CNG buses be rolled out, and how are you going to do the refueling of these buses? Are you going to build a gas station, a CNG station for PTSC itself?
The 35 CNG buses that are coming, we already have installed in South Key a full CNG refueling station. That'll be commissioned, I think, this weekend. The buses are here. Of course, the buses have to be licensed, and signage, etc., would have to go on, and the buses would have to be commissioned. So I am hoping that by the first week of December, we would have the brand new buses out on the road, which would again greatly improve the run out that we have now.
I don't know if we'll hear enough cost for it, though. How much would this?
The buses, the actual contract, I believe, was 37, roughly 38 million TT dollars was the cost of this new fleet. I'm not too sure what the cost of the refueling station was, but that's the way for us to go. We are hoping at the end of the day, for instance, all the commuter routes, Arima to Port of Spain, San Fernando to Port of Spain, Diego Martin to Port of Spain, those major commuter routes are all going to be operated with much cleaner fuel, CNG buses, which will augur well for everybody.
I just want to take you away from today. Over the weekend we had multiple road fatalities. As Minister of Transport, this must be an issue that has, grave concern for you. What's your take on the
Yeah, it is very worrying. When we coming up to June, July, we were actually below where we were last year, which was good. I mean, we're nowhere near where we were supposed to be, but but the fatality rates had actually dropped in June and July, and within recent times we've actually gone over. So we are like two fatalities more than we were last year, which is not a good sign. And I mean, it is a case when you read of some of these accidents and eyewitness to the accidents. Speed, falling asleep, drunk driving. I mean, people have to understand that it is going to kill you. Okay? You are either going to be killed or you are going to kill someone else. And people have to be more responsible on the roads. We cannot have a policeman at every juncture and everywhere on the roads. People have to take responsibility. And I'm really hoping that Trinidad and Tobago will wake up to that fact. That it is the drivers, not the pedestrians, not the other people. The drivers have to take responsibility for their actions. But you're an old soldier in this thing. Huh? All that bad cricket you play in your life. Yeah.
Okay, Minister Kediz, just tell us what's going to happen with all these old buses, the derelict buses.
We have about, at the end of the day, we'll have about 45 derelict buses. And we're working with the EMA now to do an assessment of these buses. And we will be taking these buses and the plan is to make artificial reefs, either on the North Coast or in the Gulf, or wherever it is that EMA tell us that we can do it, or fisheries, the Ministry of Lands and Marine Resources. We're having conversations with them, with the EMA, and right now we're moving the derelict buses out of the operating yards, like here and in South Key, and taking them to Carlson Field, where they will be further decommissioned. So before we can actually make an artificial reef for them, we need EMA to sign them off to make sure that all liquids, etc., anything that could damage the environment, all of that has been removed, and then we will then be making artificial reefs. Now that was done about 20 years ago and was very successful, and we hope to be able to make further use of these old chassis by making the artificial reefs where fish will breed in them, and increase the fish count.
Have you earmarked any sites for these buses?
No, we will be working with the Ministry of Land and Marine Resources to identify the proper place to make these reefs. Yeah.
Would there be a cost factor involved? PTSC?
In fact, we have PTSC owns the buses, so we already have that. These buses are derelict, The private sector, the Game Fishing Association and others have come forward to say that they will lend their hand, they will support us by providing cranage, etc., to do the exercise. So it will be a combined effort from all parties, from both PTSC, from the ministries, from the people who will actually benefit, which are the artisanal fishermen and the Game Fishing Association. So it's an all-out effort on behalf of everybody.
Okay, so before you throw in the buses, I want you to make up a bus.
One little motor car you can't fill it with friends. You want to take a whole bus now.
Retire from this one and retire from that one. Make up one bus that working good for me. Make sure the air condition and everything, and I will take that one.
Good to go.
All right. Hey, Dr. Lass? Dr. Lass, you hear me? Yeah. Okay then, right? Yeah.
I came down with water taxi this morning.
Oh, have you heard him on the table, John?
I go incognito.
Well, we realize that
I like to fix
Will
it
you take me
first.
water taxi?
And I'm going back up on 11 o'clock coach right now. How you came here?
I have a
He walks.
Ranger.
He lives in Bacadil.
I have a Ranger, Ranger.
So you also be using the water taxi to go into water stream.
Yeah, boy, I don't know.
There goes Richmond.
Driver.
What